Hello everybody and welcome, my name is GaaraOfBentonYGO. Today here on this exciting Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be going over my deck profile that I took to the Conway, Arkansas regional that I went to over the weekend. I didn't do particularly well at this regional, but I'll explain that for a couple of reasons here after we go over the deck profile. And then after we get done with the deck profile, I will be doing a short little discussion on just kind of my thoughts about the tournament and what I learned and what I think I need to do going forward. So if you guys are interested for that, that'll be after the deck profile. And yeah, let's get into it. So starting off with the deck profile, I did bring Danger Dragons to the event. I would say Danger Thunder, but we actually played a very, very small Thunder engine. This deck was created by Jessica Cotton and Asala and that group of people. And I played this because I did sign up for their Duel Academy Patreon, which will be linked in the description box below. I actually paid for the service. And after I got paired up with Asala, and Asala gave me this deck list that they played at the it was YCS Pasadena, and so it's card for card the deck list they paid for. They played at YCS Pasadena. They did a deck profile on it. I'm just going to do the quick deck profile so when I talk about a couple things, you guys understand. And I don't know, the deck worked out super, super well, which kind of shocked me because I was a little iffy on the deck. But let's get into it, and I'll talk about that afterwards. So we played 2 Danger Tsuchinokos, 2 Jackalope, 2 Nessie, 2 Thunderbird, 2 Bigfoots. These cards were really, really essential for going second and breaking boards, which is really nice. Then we played 2 Chupacabras, 3 Mothman, and then 1 Ogopogo. So this is something like 18 Dangers. And oh my, these cards were so good the entire game. The entire tournament, these cards were so good. Really, 2 of my losses are only because my opponent sniped my Dangers and I couldn't capitalize on them. You really need to capitalize on your Dangers if you are going first or going second, really. If you want to play this deck, you have to capitalize on your Dangers. I had some pretty bad rolls of the dice where the odds shouldn't have been where they hit the Dangers, but they did, so it is what it is. But that was our Danger package that we played. And then for our Thunder Dragon package, which I said was very, very small, we played ourselves triple OG Thunder Dragon, 1 Roar, 1 Dark, 1 Hawk, and 1 Duo. And I was super iffy about this because normally when I play Danger Thunder, I'm playing like 2 Roar, 2 Dark, 1 or 2 Hawk, and then the 1 Duo, because it makes hands super awkward when you open either of these 3, because you don't really have a good way to do anything with them unless you discard them with a Danger, and this you don't want to discard with a Danger. You want to search this off Dark, so having a second one in deck is normally very helpful. But because I learned about this deck list on Friday after talking to Asala, and I was supposed to practice all day Saturday, which a lot of that didn't happen because I was having issues, but I didn't really want to tamper with it at all. So this is the deck that we played. In the future, I may include 1 more Dark because that would have made a couple of my hands not as awkward. But yeah, other than that, it worked out perfect. Then for our Dragon engine of the deck, this deck heavily relies on Starliege Seifert. This is not a budget deck profile at all. So I'm sorry about that. This is just kind of my theory, not my theory, but like what I've come up with about the deck. This is their deck list. But we played 3 Starliege, which combo off with a card that I'm supposed to play 2 of, but I only have 1. We'll go over that after the Dragons. We played triple copies of Levianeer. They only played 2 Levianeer in their deck list, and they replaced the 3rd one with a card we'll talk about here in a second. But then 1 white, 1 black Dragon, 1 Destrudo, 1 Darkest Diablos, and 1 Brotor. I didn't have any issues with these. These are the ratios that I would have played. So I was kind of used to playing these ratios. But the one card that made Starliege absolutely insane of a card was the Chaos Emperor, the Dragon Armageddon prize card. And in their deck profile, they each played 2 of this and 2 Legionnaires. I unfortunately didn't have access to a second one. Shocker, it's an $1,100 card. I almost bought another one just to play in this event, and I kind of regret not doing that because this card just makes the deck so insane. Because there's a lot of hands where you open this and then it gets discarded with a danger. And then when you go to use, if you can send with the combo, which I'll be doing a combo tutorial for this tomorrow to kind of explain some more things. Sorry. But you can send this to the grave with Curious, or if this is in the grave and you don't have like a Legionnaire in grave or something, you can send Chaos Emperor to the grave, banish this, add this to your hand. But if you send this off Curious, then you can banish this, add this back, use a scale effect to add this, and if you did not normal summon this turn, you can normal summon Starliege and go off. I had to do that quite a bit, and it was really, really good. So I wish I had a second one. They're super expensive, so that's why I said this isn't a budget deck profile. If you do not have access to this card, I wouldn't play the deck. I would probably play the Draconet engine, but I did have access to it, so I was going to use it. And then for kind of 2 random cards that I didn't think would ever come up were 1 Armageddon Knight and 1 Zephyros. And this was really, really weird. And I thought this wouldn't come up. I may end up cutting the Zephyros because of a change I want to make to the extra deck. I don't know. I may keep this. This may be a second dark, but there were some very niche scenarios where like I opened no dangers, but I opened Armageddon Knight and like Dragon Ravine or something like that, and it helped me play out of some awkward hands. So this was a good normal summon, and then Zephyros helped me actually win a game against Pendulums because I was able to bounce back my Legionnaire and resummon it, which was really good. But yeah. That's it for the monsters. We played something like 37 monsters, which I know what you guys are thinking, maybe Sekka's light, but the Chaos Emperor effect is too vital to the deck to play that. So we played some other cards. So we played ourselves 3 of the Allure of Darkness. Sorry, I'm recording this like super, super late. And, draw power is good. Then we played 2 Creeping Darkness. Now, if you don't know what this card does, it's you banish 2 dark monsters from your graveyard and add 1 level 4 or lower add 1 level 4 dark monster from your deck to your hand. This card searches Mothman. This card searches Armageddon Knight. This card searches Black Dragon. This card was actually really good for game 1s. It got sided out a lot because Lancia is sided against me a lot because of all the banishing this deck does. And with some of the side deck cards, if you get rid of a lot of your banishing cards, then it's not too big a deal. And then last 2 spells, we played 1 Dragon Ravine and 1 Monster Reborn. This was supposed to help us like out Orcus boards and stuff, from what was explained to me. But Monster Reborn is just super, super good card, and I brought out my nice Lost Art card, which is really awesome. And now moving on to the extra deck, we played 1 Colossus because we only had room for 1. And we played such a small Thunder Dragon engine, 1 Trish Fusion, which is really, really good. If you do have the full combo, this banishes out the Thunder Dragon Roar to get you always access to that Colossus. 1 Abyss Dweller. This is the card. As you can see, it's in another sleeve. I already took it out before I recorded the video. I did not come into a situation where I could summon this and have Hope Harbinger on the field, but there were a lot of situations where I was able to summon Hope Harbinger and a Xenophon the Sky Prison. I don't know if I was just playing the deck wrong or what, but I think in the future I'm going to change Abyss Dweller to Xenophon, but that's just me. And we played the Hope Harbinger, and that's it for our non-link monsters. Then we played one Pisty, one Elpie, then one Romulus, one Heradic Seal. This card actually came up a bunch, which was really good. We played one IP Masquerena, one Phoenix, one Unicorn, one Curious, one Apollosa, one Saryuja, and then the one Boral Sword. Kind of a normal, like, Danger Thunder extra deck, other than the Sanafond. And then for our side deck, we played ourselves triple Artifact Lancia for the Orcus matchup. And then we played the triple Dino Wrestler Pankratops. And then we actually played ourselves 3 Cosmic Cyclone and 3 System Down. I don't have those with me. I accidentally changed my side to what it should have been because I didn't have that, but we're going to keep that a secret for right now. And then the last 3 cards were triple Red Reboot. I only faced one Orcus matchup, so the Lancias and the System Downs weren't very helpful. I didn't face a lot of banishing decks. And the one Orcus player, it was Orcus Lunalights that I played, and man, I feel bad for this guy. With the ripping 2 cards out of his deck, and then I ripped the Curious out of his extra deck, so he couldn't really go into Orcus plays. And the one card that I ripped out of his hand with Levianeer randomly was an Orcus monster, so I felt kind of bad for him. But my matchups were I lost against Mekk-Knight Invoked, and I lost against Pure Tenyi. The Pure Tenyi player just literally hit every danger out of my hand, and there was nothing I could do. The Mekk-Knight Invoked player, I should have won that game. I won game 1, he won game 2, and then game 3 I would have won because I had one dead card in my hand. He attacked one of my monsters, and I did not summon Brotor to attack to add a Levianeer to my hand. If I would have done that, then I would have won the game. Also, I decided to not go for the 2-card Appaloosa, and I decided to just leave the Curious and have resources for next turn if he couldn't OTK me. Those were 2 major misplays of that game that would have won me the game. That was my round 1 opponent. And then round 3, I played against Mia Lammers, Invoked 101's girlfriend, and beat her. Then round 4, I played against a Pendulum player who I unfortunately lost against. It is what it is. He didn't do what I thought he was going to do in time. So he ended up noticing that there was only like 10 seconds on the clock, attacked me, and then passed his turn. So it is what it is. If he hadn't noticed, I probably would have won that game. Sad to say that that's what I had to rely on to win that, but I did win game 1, he won game 2. And then the next round was against my Lunalight Orcus opponent, who I just absolutely demolished. Then I played against I don't remember what it was at that point. So that was, I want to say, I don't remember what I played at that point. But I won that next match, and then I lost to Salmon Greats because of just him hitting my dangers. It is what it is. The one thing I liked about this deck, which I have to figure out how to incorporate in my deck, that's it for the deck profile. Now we're talking a little bit of the Therio, but I always had a play until the last danger was like sniped out of my hand, or the last like hand trap my opponent played. I always had a play in my deck, and I can't really think of why that is with this deck list, but it was always good. Every time I needed an out, I had a way to get to set out. Most of the time playing through 1 or 2 disruptions with breaking boards. There were a couple cards that I wanted to play before the event that were recommended to me to help break boards. Instead of the System Downs and instead of the Cosmic Cyclones, I wanted to play a Shaddoll package, which this is what they sided in YCS Pasadena. They sided 3 Shaddoll fusions, 1 beast, and 1 dragon, and then the 1 construct. And this was really weird because there were a lot of times where I drew my side deck cards and I wished it was one of these Shaddoll fusions. I really don't understand the theory behind the deck building, and that's something I want to talk to Asala more about, is like how they came up with this deck list and like how the math works for it, because it was really strange. I don't know if it's because I had like good players who gave me the deck list, which generally from a lot of my decks are based off of a lot of deck profiles online, but it was really weird and I don't know why. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. I will be posting either tomorrow or the next day a combo tutorial kind of explaining some of the combos for this. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. It's already a 16-minute video. If you guys want to hear more about my thoughts about this deck and kind of what I'm learning with the Duel Academy, then make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to see that video, and comment down below. But that's going to be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.